Hello and welcome to Matchday Live. Chelsea are in Carabao Cup action tonight at Stamford Bridge against Aston Villa. It's not been too long, boys, since we played Aston Villa in the Premier League, so it's fairly familiar faces. As you two, of course. Zach Jelabin, Savage Dan. Zach, you good, mate?
I'm good, mate, yeah. I feel it was just 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? And then United was playing West Ham, and then I think Wolves are playing Spurs.
There's something about keep your enemies closest, Dan, isn't it? Isn't that a term? And it's nice to know the opposition intimately when you get to games like this.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't think we'll be playing the same team. I wonder if they'll be playing the same team, but yeah, it's all right. We beat them 3-0 last time. I'm sure it'll be something similar this time.
Oh, I love the confidence. Let's have a little look at what's coming up on the fifth stand-up then for you this evening. The social very, very soon. Then live commentary of Chelsea against Aston Villa exclusively on the fifth stand-up. Half-time analysis, me and the boys will be back to hopefully dissect a good Chelsea performance so far. And then at 9:40, we will get the pulse, which is a big old reaction to, hopefully, a spot in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup this evening. Yeah? Hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully. The team has been selected by Thomas Tuchel. Here it is for tonight. In goal, Kepa Arrizabalaga keeps his place. A back three, we think of Reece James, Malang Sarr making his Chelsea debut, and Trevor Chalobah. Ben Chilwell on the left, Saul Niguez, captain for tonight, N'Golo Kanté, and Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Hakim Ziyech, and Timo Werner. Any surprises there for you, Dan?
Do you know what? No, because I thought Saul would play. I also thought Loftus-Cheek would play. I didn't know what combination of players he'd put together, but I knew it was going to be a team that we haven't seen much of this season. But regardless, I always expect us to be putting out strong teams, and that is a strong team, and it's good enough to beat Aston Villa for sure.
Zach, who's I suppose reliant on a performance tonight? Because the competition place is very, very difficult. But if someone performs well, there is that carrot of you've got Man City at the weekend, you've got Juventus next week. Kepa's kept his place tonight. If he has another good performance, it's hard to dislodge him.
I'd say probably every single one of them, especially for the likes of Ben Chilwell, Hakim Ziyech, these guys are already on the fringes of playing in that kind of first team. I mean, Alonso's been playing so well recently that's kind of been the reason as why Ben's not played so much. And so if he has a great 90 minutes, is brilliant down that left flank and providing to the attack, I'm sure that'll play on Tuchel's mind. Okay, we can maybe play him. Same with Ziyech, same with N'Golo Kanté. I mean, come on, we all know N'Golo Kanté, if he's fit, he's probably going to play anyway. Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I'm just trying to think, Trevor Chalobah. But yeah, there's a few of them that if they have good performances, and they can maybe get a slot into the City squad.
And I know as well, Dan, it's a good opportunity to get things done tonight. You get a performance, you get it in the bag early, and perhaps you make an impression in an hour, and that might save you better, sort of stand you in a better position than anything else.
Yeah, and it's the Carabao Cup, so we want to be fighting on all fronts for all the trophies this year. So everyone's going to